Hi, it's Ulanoff, editor-in-chief of Mashable. I'm holding Microsoft's Surface tablet. That's right, this is their own tablet. They built it on their own. I mean, they designed it from scratch. 1.5 pounds, 10.6-inch screen, super thin, and it has a kickstand. Nobody else has a kickstand. This guy is running Windows RT, just like Windows 8, except it's designed specifically to run on ARM-based tablets. That means it's an ARM CPU as opposed to an Intel CPU. Also comes with the touch cover, which snaps right in. As I said, this comes with its own touch cover and touch keypad. Both of them have full keyboards and mice built in. And that's kind of important. Microsoft's idea here is that this is not just a tablet. This is a versatile device that ultimately can become something very similar to an Ultrabook. Microsoft never says that, but in my tests, that's how it feels. I was able to plug in a tiny little USB Bluetooth, hook it up to an Arc mouse, and I was using it just like basically a laptop for an entire weekend. It's powerful. It's got a 1.5 gigahertz CPU inside of it. It's got 2 megabytes of RAM. So this guy is cooking pretty well. This is the 64 gigabyte model. 32 gigabyte models, $499 without the keyboard. If you get it with the keyboard, it's $599. If you get it as a 64 gigabyte model, then it's going to be $699 with the keyboard. If you buy this keyboard, standalone $129, standalone $119. One other thing to note about this keyboard, it's essentially full size. That makes the Surface considerably larger than the iPad, but really not much heavier. Microsoft spent a lot of time squeezing a lot of technology into it. They use something called Vapor Mag, or it's basically molded magnesium to make the body strong, but also to squeeze things really, really tight. Let's talk a little bit more about the interface. If you're using Windows 8, if you're using Windows Phone, this is entirely familiar to you. These are the Windows tiles, fully interactive touchscreen display. Obviously, you can use it to access your email. You can use it to switch effortlessly between running apps, a flick of the finger. If you at any time you want to get back to the home screen, you flick from the other side. Those are your charms. They're called charms on that side, and you're right back there. It has a completely redesigned version of Internet Explorer 10. Touch from the top, you can see all of your open web browser windows. Touch from the bottom is your URL. And again, switch between stuff if you want to keep going. So one of the concepts here are live tiles. All these tiles have information that's pulled basically from your social networks, from your email, from search, from trends, from news. So it's all kind of living. It's kind of a little bit different than the iPad where, you know, unless you get your notifications, you're not really seeing live information on the main interface. But here's something else that's very interesting. What is underneath Windows RT? This is the desktop. Why is this important? This desktop is a whole lot like standard Windows. It's got the trash can, it's got a file system, it's got the taskbar. So underneath there is a very familiar interface, but there's a benefit here. You know, obviously you can get back to the start screen. The benefit here is that this device, the Surface tablet, is ready to work with most of your Windows peripherals right now. Like the Arc mouse, like your printer. I set this up with a home group and on my network, on my home network, and I was printing almost immediately. So it's hard to compare Microsoft Surface tablet with, say, the iPad, because the iPad is really meant to stand alone from your desktop and your laptop. This is a true hybrid device. It's an excellent tablet, light, thin, easy to use, but it's also a really effective laptop. Basically, a $599 ultra portable if you get the 32 gigabyte model, or a $699 one if you get the 64 gigabyte model with the keyboard, and you're ready to go. And by the way, you can upgrade the memory. There's a tiny little micro SD slot underneath the kickstand. And that's a Surface tablet for you. I'm Lance Ulanoff, Editor-in-Chief of Mashable.